Hello. Hello. How you doing? Tell me about yourself. That's the question that Lainey asked us, which is a brilliant question. And it's often a question that we end up babbling about or waffling on when asked at an interview. So it's really, really important that we know exactly what we're going to say, how we're going to answer that question prior to interview. So tell me about yourself. How can we answer this? Here are some of my thoughts. First things first is prior to interview, we need to study the job description. And we need to look at the traits that are listed down and what the employer is looking for. So we need to replicate as many of those traits as physically possible. If we don't have a job description, we need to ask ourselves the simple question of what would an employer be looking for in a great project manager, for example. And we need to give the answer that demonstrates that we have those traits when answering the tell me about yourself question. One thing we don't want to do is we don't want to make mindless comments without backing them up. So we don't want to say, I'm a great organizer of events, without actually telling the interviewer exactly an example of an event that we have organized. So, for example, hi, I'm Greg, tell me about yourself. Well, I love organising events. In fact, last year I organised 3 charity events which raised over 3.5 million for the various charities. That sounds pretty good, and I backed it up with that achievement. So add our achievements in when talking about ourselves. Also, sometimes it can be very, very difficult to actually be positive about ourselves and to know how we articulate who we are and what we do at an interview. So if we're that way inclined, maybe prior to interview, ask our friends and maybe a couple of business contacts, what is it about ourselves that they like or admire? And we can very much use those traits in our answer. So those are just a couple of thoughts to get ourselves going. The other thing is just let your personality shine in. It's the one thing, it's a great question for actually showing your personality. So don't be afraid to smile lots and show a bit of personality of what you've achieved in life when answering that question. God, I hope I haven't babbled too much answering this question. I'm sorry if I have. I hope that answers your question, Lainey, and keep those questions coming, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.